Shalom Aleichem, future Tomer Devora Talmidot. My name is Rav Mordechai Burg. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you next year. I've been a part of Tomer Devora for the last couple of years. I can tell you it's an amazing seminary. I'm sure you're going to love going here, and I look forward to meeting all of you. We're now holding by Yom HaShoah, Yom HaZikaron, and Yom HaAtzmaut. Yom HaShoah is obviously Holocaust Remembrance Day. Yom HaZikaron is where we commemorate the fallen soldiers of Israel. And Yom HaAtzmaut is the National Independence Day of Israel. And there's a certain symmetry to these days. Yom HaShoah was obviously the recognition of a terrible tragedy that occurred to Klal Yisrael. 6 million of us were lost. That's not a number that we can actually fathom. 6 million. Imagine what that looks like 3, 4, 5 generations later. How many hundreds of millions of Jews would there be in the world by now if it wasn't for Hitler, Yamach Shemo, and his Nazis? And so obviously there's a terrible commemoration of a terrible tragedy. Yom HaZikaron is very much not like in America. In America, Memorial Day is for sales. But in Israel, everybody knows someone who lost someone. When I was 18 years old and I was in Israel for my year in Israel, I remember that I went to a certain family and they were explaining to me how they knew in their own community someone who died in battle, and a friend of a friend and a friend of a friend. It's a very close-knit community here. And so Yom HaZikaron, there's a real palpable sense of tragedy. And then Yom HaAtzmaut, which celebrates the creation of the State of Israel. And regardless of what you hold politically when it comes to the State of Israel, there is no question that it is a gift from Hashem that we're able to return to Eretz Yisrael, that you girls will be able to learn here in Tomer Devora, in Yerushalayim, Yer HaKodesh. And I think for me, and I want to share this with you, the symmetry of these days is that we're constantly in a state of picking up where we left off, those broken pieces of life, and building something new and fresh and vibrant. Just like Avram Avinu was described as Anochi Afer Ve'efer, I am dust and ashes. Ashes burnt down, dust rebuilt. That's always been the history of Klal Yisrael. We've confronted terrible tragedies, and we've always rebuilt. Torah is flourishing in ways now that it's never flourished before. The opportunity to be here in Israel, the opportunity to have an incredible year in Tomer Devora, to walk the streets of Yerushalayim, Yer HaKodesh, to go to Tzfat, to go everywhere, to go to Ramat Beit Shemesh, wherever you go, you're walking on the land of our forefathers. And so a Jew lives in that duality. On the one hand, terrible tragedy. We don't run away from tragedy. We understand tragedy is part of Galus. But on the other hand, there's a nechama that follows that Galus. And we realize that the whole reason that it was burnt down was just to be built up anew. We can never really understand the reason why anything happens. But we can understand that there's a process of life. Up, down, up, down. Your year in Israel is going to be a lot like that. It's going to be awesome, but there's going to be ups and there's going to be downs. The question is, what will you define your year as? Will you use those downs as an opportunity to rebuild and to come out anew and to come out fresh and inspired? Or will you let those downs define you? In Tomer Devora, we don't let our downs define us. We confront our doubts. We work on ourselves. We're real. We're authentic. We're trying to get to be the people we want to be, and we understand that sometimes we've got to go through those downs, but at the end, we're always up. And I think that's the symmetry of these days. What defines us? Do we allow the Holocaust to define us? I think it's part of our history, but it was a stepping stone to something greater. We value every soldier. Every soldier is so kadosh, regardless of where they were in their shmiras hamitzvos. A Jew died for us so that we could be here in Eretz Yisrael. That's unbelievable. That's something that every one of us has to cherish. And at the end, on the other side, there's something beautiful. Yiratzah, may it be HaKadosh Baruch Hu's will that we always get to see the beauty of the symmetry of creation, that we can have faith even when we're in our worst times. And at the end, we know we're going to come out stronger, more whole, more beautiful, more beloved than we ever were before.